Hello, welcome back. I'm not going to do a fancy intro this week because that took time to edit. I don't usually like taking my time editing. So yeah, just got me. I'm not going to do if you look carefully on the edit of the previous video, you will see just before it starts zooming in, my door key, my car keys already there where I've already opened it and left to set the camera up. I am professional to the end. But yes, we are back today in the unit picking orders. I'm not sure if I'll go through what I might just go through what are sold rather than pick each thing, just because I want to get it done and I want to get on with some other stuff. Last week was kind of a bit of a, I don't know, it just didn't really work out as planned last week. So I was looking after my son a lot because my other half was away, but one of the days I had to go up A&E with him because he'd cut his head. So yeah, that kind of wrote that day off, and then yeah, just kind of set me up for the rest of the week with no real time or enthusiasm or anything. So we're back at it today. We're going to crack on, enthused by hopefully Vinted Pro being ready to go. There has been a lot of teething problems from what I hear. I've not signed up. I did do a video over on TikTok and Instagram, so yeah, if you've seen them, apologies, I might be repeating myself, but the obviously the main problem when people were setting up initially, that it wasn't accepting people's UTR numbers. Then someone, I think George Ross actually, was one of the first people to realise that it would actually accept your national insurance number. So people were rushing in, putting national insurance number in. I tried it and I was going to do it, but then it said about clearing your current orders first. So I thought I'd just leave it. I put myself onto holiday mode, clear the few orders I had, and then crack on with it once they're done. But as it turned out, it was probably a wise decision, because it was showing your national insurance number to anyone that looked at your profile. Yeah, so that's obviously a big bad data no. You don't really want to be telling everyone your national insurance number, because it's the only one you get. With that information, and for other information, your name, address, just sort of people can collate all of that together. Especially us that are on social media, can probably can use it for nefarious means. You can you could apply for a loan or a credit card or something. If you've got most of the information, you can probably find the rest out. So yes, that was the first issue. They've seemingly fixed that now, but then some people were saying it wasn't accepting their town, so wrote in their town for whatever reason, so they couldn't sign up. And then the last I heard, it was saying that it wasn't accepting people, that it wasn't available in the UK, even though people are using it. So I have no idea what's going on with Vinted Pro. It does not bode well, I suppose, for the future. I've got a lot of stock ready to go on Vinted Pro. I've already got a lot on there, and I was going to set up a brand new account and just sort of start it from fresh and do it, but I'm not sure. I might just convert my current one and then set up another one for my personal stuff, just because I'd kind of want to keep it separate, because I do have a lot of stuff and I like to sell it separately, which I've never done on eBay, so I'd like to try and do that on Vinted Pro. So as it stands, I have not currently set up. I've still got a couple of orders that are still in transit, not huge values, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it, because once I get onto it, I'm going to just try and blitz as many books as I can on there. I've got a fair few on there already. So I showed you in my last video, I've got those. It's roughly about 300 books on Vinted, but most of them, there's a few that were mine, that were just sort of given to me from people, so it's not necessarily buying to resell. But a lot of other ones, there was a few that I bought to resell, but yeah, a lot of it is just I don't know, it's free stock, so I don't necessarily think of it as reselling as such. Don't know, it's a fine line. but it's so easy to list on there. So once I get going with it, I've got to try and clear some room, and I'm going to try and set up 1 or 2 bookcases in here, and then just have all my books set up that are on Vinted Pro, and have them alphabetically, so hopefully they'll be easier to find. Whether that will work out or not, because I've still got a lot of stuff in here to clear first before I get to that stage. But actually listing, so it's really easy. I saw someone say that they'd listed 100 items, and people were saying, oh, that's not impossible, blah blah blah. But I think if you're doing books, it's so easy to do 100 books on there. I literally have a wording which says that for the description, which just says good condition, which I changed to great or bad or whatever, and then I just have a bit underneath it which says that multi-buy option or multi-buy discounts or whatever is available, so the more you buy, the more you save, that kind of stuff. So all I do is just have that bit saved and copy and paste that onto a new listing, do the generally the same format for the thing. I just have the title of the book with the author, and if it's a paperback, sometimes I put the year if it's a bit rarer, and then copy and paste that into the title, into the description, and then that's it pretty much. Then all you've got to do is select a postage option, and the condition, which is really easy to do. So yeah, if no one has tried Vinted or Vinted Pro, give it a go. If you're not using it, then it's definitely worth trying, because it's so much easier. Most of the time the labels, you haven't got to print them out, depending on the options you pick, but I think there's only like 2 options. So if you pick like a Royal Mail one, you've got to print it through the website, which is a bit annoying, but otherwise you can pretty much just go to the place you drop the parcel off and say, I've got this code, they scan it, stick the label on, and it's gone. You haven't got to sit there weighing it, printing out labels, doing all that kind of stuff. It's a lot quicker. So I'm hoping these teething problems end, and it'll be a great new platform for resellers. But anyway, I'll stop gibbering, and I will get to pick some orders, and then I will show you once they're all picked, because sales have been terrible. But yes, I would just say actually that sales have been really bad this week, like painfully so. Probably the worst week I've had in probably a year or so. It's been really rubbish. I thought coming into Q4 it'd be great. I've listed a load more. I've ended and relisted stuff that has it's been listed for a while, so I've sort of got brand new listings on there, but I don't know if it's eBay. It feels like it's been since they've introduced the new fee thing for private sellers, but not long after that I also changed my marketing strategy. So you may remember in my last video I mentioned that I'd gone from a fixed to a variable, I think it's variable, I think that's the right word, brain's gone to mush, variable promotional strategy. Having looked at that afterwards, I realised I hadn't actually set that up properly at all. I don't really know what I did, but I have now done it. So over the last, I think it was over the weekend maybe, or Friday maybe I did it, I think maybe it's Thursday. Anyway, within the last 5 days or so I've changed it all over, so it's a variable, so with the max of 5%, so it can go lower, but it can only go as high as 5%. eBay told me that was the good strategy, and it helps boost your listings a little bit, even though you're potentially doing it at a lower rate. So yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, but it hasn't worked for me yet. I did a survey on Instagram yesterday, and a few people said that they've tried the same thing, and it's flying for them. They're doing really well. It's really helped. So yeah, I don't know. It's a bit strange. Also, Andrew over at Money Mental. If you don't go and watch his channel, please do. he messaged me to say that he's been told previously by eBay that it can take 2 weeks for new marketing strategies to kick in, and to you actually see the benefits of them. So he sort of suggested leaving it a little bit longer to see what happens. So I'm going to do that. He actually did. Weirdly, he messaged me that and then said he had a call from eBay regarding something else. And while he was on the phone, he actually double checked with them to make sure that was right, and they said yes, that's fine, that is correct. Give it 2 weeks for any marketing strategy to kick in, and you should see the benefits. Which again seems a bit weird, but we shall see. And I'm hoping doing it now. So we're still far enough away from Christmas, so I'll be able to, if it doesn't work in a couple of weeks, to end it and then just go back into the 5% and see if that kicks things back in again. And even after 2 weeks from that, it'll still be Halloweenish, just after Halloween. So yeah, hoping that all goes well, but we'll see, because it's been painful, really painful. Right, let's show you what has sold. So these are all my orders. The shoes first. These have sold for $18.99 plus postage. A Peter Lovesey Murder on the Shortlist, which is signed, I believe. Yep, signed. That has sold for, was that $7.99 or something? It's really not got a huge value on it. These Jimmy Olsen magazines, so it's the full set, 1 to 30, I think it is, 1 to 12, oh yeah, 1 to 12, it says there, 12 max issues. They have sold for £18, no postage, just £18. This Fat Face shirt has sold for what's it sold for? I think it was $14.99 or $12.99. $14.24 went on offer, plus postage for that one. Sarah Walters Fingersmith signed copy has sold for £10 plus postage. Some Ian Rankin books, 4 of those have sold for $5.99 plus postage. Frustration has sold for $19.99 free post. This toy shop puzzle has sold for $5.99 plus postage. We did that on holiday, so that was good to sell that. I literally took the pictures once we'd finished it, and got it listed the next day while I was on holiday, so that was good. Lego set, the first of the ones I listed last week, has sold. I think that one sold for £25. I think that was £25 all in, so that's good. Another bundle of 5 crime books, random assortment that I picked from my collection, from my stock that I've got. They've sold for $9.99 free post. A couple of X-Files season 2 and 3 have sold for £4.50 plus postage. Library of Alexandria sold for $7.99 plus postage. James Bond from Russia with Love has sold for $14.24. I think that's gone on offer. Yep. And then Raging Rex has sold, which I think was a present for my son, but we were just like, we don't really want it, so I'll see if I can sell it. And I sold it for a tenner within a couple of days, so tenner plus postage, I think that was. These Mega Bloks Halo figures, they have sold for $17.99 free post for 5 of those. These are tough things you wouldn't even really think about, but always worth checking them out. I picked them up at a Carboot. I can't remember how much they were now. I think they were like 10p each or something like that. So yeah, very nice. And Lady, which I think is my first Thomas, I think it's called. Yeah, she has sold for $8.50, I think that was in the end, or so I think I had it for 10, listed for 10, and someone sent me an offer. So yeah, that has sold, and that's it. That's all my sales from the last few days, well, since Friday, Thursday, I can't remember now. But yeah, not good at all. Oh no, tell a lie. There is one other big thing which I've moved out of the way. This has sold as well. This is the top of my washing machine, which has been sitting around for ages. I've still got other bits, a few other bits from my washing machine. That was listed for 40, I think, and I sent an offer out of 30 just to move it on, plus postage, and it's sold. So yes, it's going to be a bit of a annoyance to wrap probably, but just bubble wrap and cardboard I suppose is not too difficult because it's just fairly square, but I just want to make sure it doesn't get there, doesn't get broken. So yeah, at least that's good that that's gone. But yeah, apart from that, so no Vinted sales because I've got it on holiday mode. Everything I've sold has been sent out, all the individual books, so all the ones I've sold, I try to obviously encourage bundles on there because then it makes it adds to the price, but some of the books I've sold for like 150 or whatever and just moves them on, so happy to do that just to get them out of the way. And I say it's really easy to list and post and everything, so that's all good. So right, what I'm going to do now is get all this stuff out, get that in my car, bring some other stuff in. So I've listed some other bits which I've picked up the last few days, listed those at home, get those on shelves, and then I'm going to take some of these board games home with me to sort out at home and get them pictured at home, just because I just think it would be easier. I can do that in an evening, go through 5 at a time or something and get those listed, so that'll be good. That'll also give me a bit more room to sort out some of these books, because I've still got a whole load of sci-fi and fantasy and stuff to sort through, which I've kind of sorted into sci-fi and fantasy now. I just need to go through and see if there's any of the same authors, because there's so many of them I can't spot all of them, so hopefully I can, now they're all together, I can have a bit more of an idea. Right, I think I shall leave this video here. Thank you very much for watching. If you have come this far, then please leave me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're new here. I will see you in the next one. Lots of ums and ahs, apologies. I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye. Now, if anyone stuck around for the joke of the week last week, then I'm going to do another one. Yay! So this week I decided to sell my Hoover. Yeah, it was just collecting dust, so I thought I might as well get rid of it. Bye.